fact that people were gay.
Yeah.
But then like high school came around and everybody started becoming more open about it, and then yeah, but I'm a lot more comfortable like with myself now. So,
Nice. That's good. That's healthy.
yeah. Um
Um, I've made some questions here, so I'm gonna read them off here. Um, did you have any confidence issues? This is something that I feel like I'm learning, like slowly coming out. Like I
mhm.
kind of, obviously I came out later in life.
Yeah.
So I had more time to kind of create a version of myself that was like easy to digest for everyone else around me. And now I'm kind of like taking that all apart and kind of reinventing what it means
Yeah.
to be myself and kind of relearning like trying to have confidence in who I am as a person. Did you
Mhm.
ever struggle with confidence issues, and do you have any advice in like growing that confidence?
I did like when I first came out, cuz I still wasn't sure like how my friends would feel,
Mm,
but then like I just talked to them about it and they were all like I already knew, we still love you, all
yeah.
of that. So I guess just my advice to people is just you have to be confident in who you are because you can't change it about yourself,
Hmm.
and you don't want to be living a life where you're not happy about who you are because other people's
Yeah.
opinions shouldn't matter.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like I don't remember who I was talking to, but somebody was like, you spend like 90% of your time like with yourself in your own head. So if you don't enjoy your time with you, it's gonna suck 24/7.
Exactly.
So that's been a learning process for me.
Yeah.
What are your favorite songs at the moment? Do you have a favorite artist that you're listening to?
Ooh. Hmm.
Hi, Carmen.
Well, I've actually been listening to a lot of Casey McGree's.
Oh,
Um,
sick. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's really good.
yeah. I listen to a whole bunch of music, so I don't really have like a favorite.
That's specific. That's cool
Yeah.
though.
What
It's good
about
to
you?
like have a different one. Um, I've been listening to a lot of Clairo right now. I feel like it's
Mm,
just like it's just a good vibe.
yes.
Um, and I've been listening to, I don't really know what else. I found a band called The Rex the other day, which I'm pretty sure like have existed for a while, but I just like didn't know they did.
Yeah.
I found them on YouTube, so now I'm just like, oh, this is interesting. So now I'm just like stalking all of their music to like see if it's like a new found obsession for me. So they're pretty good too.
Good. Um,
Um, what's something that you do to help yourself when you're feeling down? Do you have a self-care routine?
um, not, I don't really have like a certain routine, but
Mm,
usually I'll like go drive around and like listen to music or go get like ice cream or something, or
hmm.
sometimes I just, like cry it out.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that's always good. I'm finding that like anyone who's like, yo, like you shouldn't cry, like don't cry about it. I'm like, no, you should
yeah,
definitely
you need
cry
to
about it.
cry.
Like cry a lot.
Got to get
It's
it out
good. It's
sometime.
healthy. Once it's out, it's like so much more like, now I can like focus on why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling instead of like
Exactly.
trying
Exactly.
to hide the fact that you're upset. Um, okay, let's see. How is your, so obviously you have a large following in the TikTok community.
Yeah.
How has that experience impacted your life? Are you going to do it full time? Do you have other like goals and like dreams? Or are you still figuring it
Well,
out?
it's definitely like matured me a lot because I've learned how to like deal with hate or like other certain situations. Um, so probably that. And then it's
Mm,
also made me a lot more adventurous because, I get to meet like so many new people and that kind of stuff. But I want to keep doing social media like for as long as I can. But
mm.
I also like, I'll be a senior in high school. So, I have to finish high school and then I plan on going to college, and then hopefully like my social media will help me make enough money to like travel to places that I've like wanted to travel.
Where would you
So,
go?
what?
Where would you go? Where do you want to travel to?
I want to go to like Greece, Italy, Hawaii. I want to go so many
You're like,
places.
I want to go everywhere. Like,
Literally
name it
everywhere.
and I'm going.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Traveling is like one of my favorite things to do on
me
the
too.
planet.
I love traveling so much.
Being on a plane for like a really long time kind of sucks, but like after that, once you're like there, it's really
Mm-hmm.
fun.
Exactly. I love flying. So fun.
Um, what's your best advice to someone struggling with their sexuality or is nervous to come out to family or friends?
I think it's like what I said earlier, where like it's who you are. You can't really change it. In the end, like other people's opinions aren't really gonna matter, and they shouldn't matter to you,
Yeah,
and you shouldn't like change for anybody. So I guess just be who you are.
love
Yeah.
that. Basically, be true to yourself
Yeah. Be true to
24/7.
yourself. Yes, of
I
course.
love that. Um, let me see what I've got here. If you could see one movie again for the first time, what would it be?
Ooh.
This is a
Hmm.
hard question. I don't even know if I know what mine would be.
Yeah. I haven't. Ooh. Maybe I really like the movie The Hate You Give. I thought
I
that was a
haven't
really good
seen that
movie.
yet. I've heard it was so good
It's
and I
so
need
good.
to watch it.
Either that or Love Simon because it's
That was
about.
really good.
Hmm.
I made the like very large mistake of watching that on a flight
Oh,
and then like literally hyperventilating, crying next to the guy next to me and he was like, "Dude, are you okay?" I'm like, "No, I'm like so messed
stop
up
it.
right now."
Yeah, I cried so hard watching that because I don't remember. I think that was like around the time like I watched it around the time I came out, so it like hit
Oh, it
personal.
hit hard. I
Yeah.
was like super in the closet too, so I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
I feel you, dude. It was
Literally.
not great timing, so
Yeah.
that was a
No.
fun flight, but it was a good movie. So
It
if you
was a good
guys
movie.
haven't seen it, you should watch it.
Exactly. Love Simon, everyone.
Just be prepared to cry for most of the film.
Yeah.
Um, what? If you could give yourself a different name, what name would you pick?
I don't I don't
You can
know.
also just stick with the one you have too.
Yeah, I might just stick with the one I have. I think it fits me.
I love that.
Yeah, what about you?
Um, I feel like when I was younger, so I'm Spanish,
Mm-hmm.
which is a weird flex because I don't look Spanish at all. But my parents were gonna name me Alejandra, which I definitely don't think would have suited me.
That's pretty
But
though.
they were gonna go with Alejandra and then just have people call me Alex, and I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I would have enjoyed that name as well.
Yeah,
It's just
that's
got
pretty.
like a little bite to it. It's got main character vibes, and I'm here
Yes.
for I'm here for it. But I mean, Sarah works too. It does the job. I'm not
Yeah, they're
complaining.
both pretty.
Yeah, it's a good one. And then let's see. If you could be any, well, I guess that doesn't really make sense. Maybe not a supernatural creature. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Mm, Either invisibility or the ability to read minds, like whenever like I wanted
Ooh.
to. Not all the time, just when I needed it.
Yeah, that's the key word in that one. When
Yes.
you're like, oh yeah, I want to read comments. Sorry, I'm like reading the comments and talking
I do.
at the same time. So like they're like mixing together. But
Yeah.
when you want to read minds and you're just like hearing everybody's thoughts all the time, and I'm
Hmm.
like, that kind of sounds horrible. But if you get to like pick and choose,
Yeah, I want to pick
then
and choose.
that's like the vibe.
Yeah, because I also don't want to read minds and then somebody, be talking shit about me.
You're like, I don't want to read minds and then end up hurt, you know?
Exactly.
I'm not trying to have that happen to me. And then I guess my last question would be, what kind of TV shows are you watching right now? I need a new show
Um,
to watch.
I'm watching Shameless, Euphoria,
Ooh,
Criminal Minds,
I just
and
started Criminal Minds.
it's so good.
It's really good.
Oh, I love it. And then what's the other one? I think that's it. Yeah.
Both Shameless and Euphoria have like a lot of really good reviews.
Yeah, they're so good,
I'll
especially
have to check them out.
Euphoria. That one's really
That's the one
good.
everyone's like, dude, you need to see this one. I see like all of the makeup ones on TikTok where everyone's like doing
Hmm.
Euphoria makeup. I'm like, the makeup looks sick, so the
Yeah,
show must be good.
and it's a good message.
Yeah,
So, because it applies
love
to like
that.
a whole bunch of teenagers these days.
That's awesome. We
Yeah.
need more of those.
Hmm. So, what are you watching?
Um, I just restarted watching New Girl,
Hmm.
because it's a good show. And then I have been like obsessed with Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yes.
I had never watched it, and then I kept getting pushed like videos on TikTok, and so I was like, okay, like we get it, I'll watch it. And I started watching it, and I like finished all three seasons in like a week and a half.
Oh, wow.
I like went hard, and I was like, holy fuck, like this is incredible. I love this.
Hmm.
Um, and I finished it and then started it again because I really like it. There's a lot of really good messages in there just for like human beings and like
Hmm.
existing, on top of it being just like a cute anime vibe.
Yeah.
So, highly recommend.
Good. I might have to start watching it then.
Yeah.
So some of my questions. Let's see. What are like your plans for the future? Like what are you looking forward to?
Um, I mean, I just want to keep writing more music and like continuing to like put stuff out. I'd like to be able to play shows at some point. That
Hmm.
was kind of the like, I mean, I really like connecting with people like this because it's cool that I could see you and talk to you and hear you.
Yeah.
But I think being able to like meet people in person is like really special, especially when like you're playing music and stuff. It's just like a different kind of like connection. So I definitely want to play some shows,
That's
hopefully
nice.
when the pandemic kind of like opens up a little bit.
Oh yeah, I hope it does soon. Hmm. What's the favorite thing that like you've done with your music so far?
Um, I don't know. I really liked making the music videos for all of the songs. So I
Ooh,
had
yeah.
never really like done them, and when I write songs, like if it's a personal song, 9 times out of 10, I like have a music video for it already thought up after I write it, just kind of like immediately. So I'll see it in my head while I'm writing it. And so making the music videos and like bringing them to life was really, really cool. We got to do like one where it was like just a one take where we just did the entire music video in like one sitting, and it was like a
Uh-huh.
dancey video, and I was like so out of breath. I'm like the least physical person in the world, so I was like, oh my God, I'm dying, but it looked really cool.
Yeah.
And then for the last song on the EP, I got to like do a bigger kind of production, so I got to do it with a production team, and that was really cool because I had literally never done that before. So it was exciting and nerve-wracking, but I think it came out cool.
Yeah, that's so nice. Hmm. Hmm. I like suck at all these questions.
No, you're fine. Honestly, coming up with questions is like the bane of my existence.
Oh yeah, me too. I suck at it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Hmm. What's like your advice like for kids coming out or like dealing with their sexualities?
I think that, well, I think a few things. I think you don't necessarily have to feel like you're married to one label. And if you come out as like gay or like straight or like, well, I guess you don't come out as straight, you're just fucking
Yeah.
straight. But like, if you come out as like a certain sexuality and you decide like 6 months, 6 years from now that you're like, oh, actually, I'm gay, or oh, actually, I'm straight, or oh, actually, I'm bi, like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like,
Yeah.
people are ever changing, and sometimes, like, what you think you are at one point might change. And I think that that's okay. I think that
Mhm.
there's nothing wrong with that. I also think that, like, timing is yours to decide when you want to come out. I think for a while I felt like I didn't come out when I was younger, so I was like, okay, I'll just like keep going because like why bother coming out? Like, no one's gonna care if I'm an adult and coming out. Like, who
Yeah.
cares? But I think that like it's up to you to decide. Like, there's no wrong time to come out. If you want to come out when you're 85, feel free. Like, come out when you're 85. If you want to come out when you're 15, come out when you're 15. Like, there's no rules as to how you come out or when you come out or what you feel you need to identify with or who you are as a person. I think it's just like whatever you're feeling, just like do you.
I agree. It's nice. So everybody in the comments better listen to her because that was good.
That's what I said. I said what I said.
Period. I'm trying to think of like a really good deep question about like sexuality. This is so hard. I suck at coming up with
You're
questions.
so fine, honestly. I like had a bunch of questions like pre-made. Had I made these up on the spot, it would not have clicked.
Oh yeah, no, I did too, but then I realized that it's on my phone, and then now I'm going live on
Now
my
you're
phone,
doing
so
it.
probably
Yeah.
wasn't the smartest, but that's okay. I'm trying to think. This is so hard. I I'm trying so hard. My brain's like not working correctly.
You're good.
Uh, Because we already asked about like your advice. If you could send a message to your younger self, what would you say?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a
that
good
took a
one.
little bit of thinking.
You're like, I was revving up for that one. If I could send a message to my younger self, I think that it would be, I think it would be to maybe not overthink so much and like internalize everything. I
Yeah.
think I am a very emotional person, no pun intended, and
Me too.
when I was younger, I feel like I kind of internalized a lot of the things that I dealt with just because it was easier for me. Like I'd much rather make sure that like everyone around me is really, really happy and content and like I'm being the person who is like making them feel comfortable instead of making them feel uncomfortable. And I think for a while I thought that me coming out or me being anything but straight would make people uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I never wanted people to feel that way. So I think my advice to my younger self is just to do whatever the fuck you want. And like, you're gonna make people uncomfortable even if you're like avoiding conflict or avoiding being who you are. You're like, I can guarantee you, in the way that I was as a kid, I still made somebody uncomfortable because there's no way to avoid like everyone's different. So I think you might as well just be yourself and be open and honest and kind of like talk to people more about how you're feeling instead of just like holding it all inside and waiting until you're 26.
I completely agree. Okay, now if you could send a message to your older self, what would it be?
I think it would be that I hope my older self is more confident in who she is and more comfortable being unapologetically herself. I'm more myself now than I was when I was younger, but I think I still overthink everything. I have like an interesting combination of like I don't care what anyone thinks, but I also like do in a way. I tell myself I don't, but then at the same time I'm also like avoiding being parts of myself still. I have to like unlearn years of like fake personality.
Yeah.
Basically.
No, I get that. Yeah, I get that.
Damn, that's deep. Thanks, Noah.
How do you deal with like homophobia? That's like a question that I get a lot.
I feel like it's been a starting process for me. Like I haven't dealt with it a lot. I think that was like partially why I kind of kept it to myself too, is that I was afraid of having to deal with people like not liking me simply because of like who I fell in love with, which I think is so stupid, but
Hmm.
people exist like that. And so I think I was really nervous about it at first, but I got to a point where I was just like, like this is stupid.
Yeah.
I think I haven't really experienced a ton of it because I'm a baby gay, so like
Yeah.
most people have been pretty chill. I've had a few like comments on stuff that are like, like, why are you talking about it? And I'll be
Hmm.
like, because I want to, like, it's a part of my
Yeah. Just be
personality. And they'll
proud.
just be
Yeah.
like, yeah, but like, you don't have to tell us about it. And I'm like,
Mhm.
well, you don't have to be on my Instagram either. Like,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
So I feel like I just kind of take it with a grain of salt. Like, those people don't actually care about what's happening in my life. They just like having the opinion and
Yeah.
being able to have that like back and forth where they can piss somebody off and start the conversation. Plus, everyone's in quarantine, and I feel like people are just bored,
Oh, yeah,
like
for sure.
starting fights for no
So
reason.
bored.
So bored. So I personally haven't dealt a lot with it, though I do have friends who have. And I think a lot of the time it's just kind of like not bothering to give them the time of day, and sometimes it's just like, hey, like piss off, like no one asked you for your opinion. Like I don't
Exactly.
ask you why you're straight or why you're rubbing it in my face 24/7 with all of your
Yep.
photos with your like boyfriend on your Instagram going to fucking Cabo. Like no one, like I don't do that. So like it shouldn't be either or.
Hmm.
So
I agree.
I just give up the middle finger and then we keep on our way.
Exactly, as you should. Um, I think that's all the questions that I have. But if there's
That's it. I
any more
went through
that you
all of
ask me,
mine.
then
I went through all of mine. I love all
yeah.
the comments. Y'all are wild.
Oh, I know. I was reading some of them and I was like, oh
I'm like,
no.
damn, you guys are being wild.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Oh my God. Well, this was super fun.
Yes,
I'm
I enjoyed
super down
having
to
it.
do this again. Thank
Oh, I
you
am
for
too.
having me on your Instagram and hanging out with me.
Of course. Thank you for joining.
And I hope you get to travel once quarantine kind of opens back up.
Yes, you as well, and I hope your music goes good.
Thank you.
Of course.
I'll see you.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Uh, what the comments. Anyways, bye y'all. Thanks for joining.